well, welcome everybody. It's nice to see you at the IG Behavioral Strategy business meeting. Before we get started, I thought it would be nice to just remind you of the leadership team for the Behavioral Strategy IG. So I'm Vibha Gaba, the chair for the IG this year, and with me I have Daniela, who is the program chair, responsible for putting a fantastic program for this year's conference, and John Joseph, who is the associate program chair, who's been also working incredibly hard to organize the PDWs and the panel sessions on Saturday and Sunday. Then, of course, we have our team of reps at large, Shelby, Ariana, Chengwei, John, Cha, and Cindy. They're also here, who also have been working behind the scenes and helping us actually making sure that we have a fantastic conference for all of you this year. So I'll just quickly get started. Here's our agenda for today. I'll just say a few words about the IG. Then it's essentially Daniela and John who are going to talk in much more detail about the program this year. John specifically will talk about the PDWs and panels. Of course, as you know, every year the behavioral strategy gives awards for the best proposal, best runner-up proposals, best student proposal, and the most novel proposal. So we're going to announce the winners as well. And once we've given you some details about the conference program, I'll talk a little bit about the upcoming leadership elections and a couple of other announcements, and then we'll just open it up for Q&A and happy to answer any questions that you might have. So I was looking at the numbers, and we realized that we are the fourth biggest IG, so there are about 12 IGs, interest groups at SMS, and we are fourth largest. In terms of just the number of members, it's holding steady for the last 2-3 years. So we have more than 600 members who are part of the Behavioral Strategy IG. Most of them tend to stay on for years, and they keep renewing their membership, which is nice, and new members join as well. So I thought I'd just give you a bit of statistics as we get started. You already know about the Behavioral Strategy IG Circle. This is an online community forum which was launched last year. And I think it's a really useful resource where you can get a lot of information about, conferences or any, things happening within the IG that you, so I encourage all of you to, periodically go and check. Firstly, subscribe to the Behavioral Strategy IG Circle and go and visit it periodically. We also put up our awards announcements there. You will meet your IG leadership team. So as we sort of, rotate out and we bring in new members in the leadership team, they put a little video introductions about themselves, which is available again in this forum, as you might have seen of the video introductions of the earlier members as well. And then, of course, we have a behavioral strategy video series. You can access it again via the online community forum. This is, our great behavioral strategy scholars who've been generous enough to give time and create some online, video lectures where they give their perspectives on behavioral strategies or talk about issues that might be interesting to the broader community. So I encourage all of us to, continue using this online community forum. It's managed and organized by SMS. They've done a very good job at it. So I really encourage you to, subscribe to it and visit it periodically. Okay, so I'm going to hand it over to Daniela, who's going to talk about the program this year. Daniela, all yours.
Thank you so much. So I'm very happy to give you a preview of what's the program looking like for this year. And I'd like to start by saying that we received a very similar number of submissions compared to last year. So we got 112. For London, we had 119. And in terms of the scores of our track, there's always like a bit of a reference point in comparison to the other tracks at SMS. We also had a very similar average score. And we accepted 53% of the papers, the applications that we received. And we have a total of 16 sessions, from which 9 will be paper sessions, 4 will be common ground sessions, and we have 3 sessions that are I, G, and C, one of which is co-sponsored with both the strategy process and the strategic leadership and governance IGs. We have a really nice mix, in my opinion, a combination of some would say very traditional topics with some more emerging topics, and also some sessions about emergent methods. So we have some sessions about behavioral theory, M&As, aspirations and learning, but also one session on uncharted territories in behavioral strategy, a session on methods about psycholinguistics, a session focused on studies about problems and problems about studying problem solving, sessions about CEOs, and of course, a session about attention too. And maybe a few, now I give the word to John.
Yeah, so just digging a little bit deeper on the Saturday's workshop sessions. We had several submissions. A big thanks goes out to the folks that organized these. We have one session on, of course, no surprise, AI. Will singularity hit? Strategists and John Eklund and Cheng Wei were kind enough to put together a fantastic session of panelists. This will be a 2-part, which will include workshop in the second half, where junior scholars will submit papers and get feedback. And the second session is a behavioral strategy, kind of I would say a good stalwart of our IG. This was Cheng Wei and Mechik, who are both here, so a big thanks to those guys for putting together another good session of panelists. That's also a 2-parter, and that's also will involve an afternoon second half session of feedback. And then on Sunday, and Viva, you go ahead by one. Sunday sessions, we have 3. Daniela mentioned the first one's research on emotion. That's with strategy process and strategic leadership. We have a session on how the Carnegie School can enrich behavioral strategy. We have just terrific Linda Argoti, Pino Audia, Henrik Greva, and Willie Ocasio are all going to be participating in that one. And then we have a session on new frontiers of organization design. And I'm chairing that one with a bunch of with a bunch of great scholars. So a good lineup for the weekend.
Daniela?
Thank you. So yes, as Viva mentioned in the introduction, every year the division gives, the IG, gives 4 awards. And as other years, we had the awards for Best Proposal, Runner-Up, Best PhD Proposal, and also the Most Novel Proposal. I would like to say a big thank you to everyone who served as reviewer, but also a big thank you to Cheng Wei and John, because they were part of the committee and helped us score the finalists. And after we use the scores that are provided by the system, we select the finalists, and then the committee, so Cheng Wei and John, would help us choosing the winner proposals. So I'd like now to introduce you to who are the winners for each of these proposals, and we will be giving them the certificate with the recognition during our business meeting, during our social meeting at SMS in Toronto in a couple of weeks. So first, for the Most Novel Proposal, Saude, Alaris, and Sarah, with a paper with a proposal title, it's sort of a lonely job. It's a paper on theorizing about the CEO loneliness from a behavioral strategy perspective. We won't do clapping hands now, but we will do them when we meet together in person. Next, for the, let's see if this clicks now. It's a little bit of delay in the clicking, sorry. For the best PhD proposal, we have new director, new perspective, director network, embeddedness, industry background, newness, and CEO attention shifts by Philip Benedict Becker, who's a PhD student at Vienna University, and co-authored by Patricia Klarner. And now we move on to the runner-up for the best proposal. It's by Mana Heshmati at the University of Washington, and the proposal is titled Firms as Influencers Shaping Industries Through Search and Collaboration. And finally, the drums play for the best proposal. Rahul Kapoor and Daniel Wild from the University of Pennsylvania and Indiana University with individual level antecedents to long-term industry foresight. So I hope that you will join me in congratulating them when you see them at the conference, and that we also can have the chance to join these sessions and congratulate them also when we meet together in the social meetings in Toronto. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Congratulations to all the winners. So we will be handing them out, the actual awards, at the social, IG social on Sunday. So please, I encourage all of you to come and help us celebrate their great work at the social. All right, now I want to talk a little bit about the upcoming IG elections. So as you know, this is the current leadership team, but every year a few people rotate out. So this year, Cha, Cheng-Wei, and Shelby are going to finish their term as rep at large, and so will I. So we need to run elections. We need to choose a new associate program chair who will go on a 3-year leadership track, starting as an associate program chair, then the program chair, and then the chair in the final third year. And we will have 3 new reps replacing Cha, Cheng-Wei, and Shelby. So our nomination deadlines for these positions is October 6th, so coming up very, very soon. The online elections will take place in the month of November, and we'll know the results by early December. So please send us your nominations. Self-nominations are fine as well, but importantly, please make sure that you remember to vote in these elections. It's important that you participate in the selection of the leadership team. The individuals who are working for the IG put in a lot of hard, effort and time, especially during the conference season. So once again, thank you, Cha, Shelby, and Cheng-Wei for all your work in the last 2 years. All right, so I just have a few more announcements before we sort of open up the floor for Q&A. And I especially wanted to highlight an upcoming 2 conferences. The first one was really the Oak Science Winter Conference. I don't know how many of you have seen the announcement. I just wanted to bring it to your attention. It's an exciting conference which is being almost relaunched after 5 years. So the last time we had the Org Science Winter Conference was in 2019. We were all set to organize it in 2020, but of course then the COVID happened and we had to literally cancel the conference a week before it was scheduled to be held in California. So we are kind of relaunching the conference. It's for the first time it is outside the US. So the conference will be held in Zurich, in Switzerland from February 29th to March 2nd. And the conference co-chairs are Stefano, myself, John, and Violina from UC Irvine. So, the behavioral, all of them were members of the Behavioral Strategy IG for a long time. So you can be very sure that there'll be a very strong flavor, a behavioral flavor to the conference. So I urge you to see the call for papers. There's still time if you want to submit proposals for papers, presentations, etc. The submission is open until October 1. So there are still a few days to go. And if you sort of type in 2024 OSWC in Google, you'll be able to go to the website and get all the details about the conference, the venue, the registration, and the call for proposals, etc. One of the new things that has been introduced in the Org Science Winter Conference this year is the PhD student workshop. So this has never been done before, but prior to the conference, there will be a half-day program dedicated specifically for the PhD students as well this time. The other conference I wanted to highlight is upcoming conference is Strategies for Sustainable Human Development. This is an SMS mini conference, which is really focusing on the human capital related, UN Sustainable Development Goals, hosted by Johns Hopkins University. Again, this is happening in June of next year. You see the conference co-chairs, Rick Smith, Haley Wang at SMU, Jonathan Doe, and David Krasinski. So feel free to get in touch with him if you need more information about the conference. So these are, some of the conferences that were highlighted to me as we were putting together the program for the business meeting today. And there was a request to share it with the broader community in case it interested them. So I just wanted to highlight that for you guys as well. And I think that's about it from our side. If you have any questions, please, please feel free to jump in and ask the questions. Most of us are here and we'd be happy to answer them. I think that's, John, Daniela, or, any of the reps, if you want to add anything, please feel free to do so as well. Oh, I just remembered one more thing I wanted to sort of highlight is, again, a reminder, the Behavioral Strategy IG Social will happen on Sunday evening from 6:30 to 7:30. I think the location is mentioned in the SMS program website. So, but please do come for the social. All of us would be there, and it would be great to see everyone in person. Behavioral Strategy IG will also have a dedicated table, a lunch table at the conference lunch from Saturday to Tuesday every day. Some of us would be there hosting the lunch table. So please feel free to join us for lunch if you are free. There is a table for us at the conference lunch as well. So I guess if there are no questions, we can actually end it. Well, it was lovely to see everybody. Thanks for making the time to attend the business meeting, and I hope I'll see many of you in Toronto very soon. Yeah.
Thank you everyone. Goodbye.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, people.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thanks, bye.
Goodbye.